Okay, so today's episode is going to be a bold one. And when I say bold, it's because I'm talking about something that I don't feel like a lot of people talk about, and that is debt. So, why your debt is holding you back and what you can do about it. So we're going to start with some money mindset work, and we're going to start with some reframe around debt, because there are a lot of you that are terrified of going into debt and that are terrified of having debt and making debt the reason why you can't be successful or you're not successful. And it is a pattern that I am seeing in a lot of people that want to make moves and want to create something for themselves, but are really staying inside their comfort zone because of this. So let's talk about an experience I recently had with a client who went ahead and jumped into a program on sale and grabbed one of the resources that was also on sale. And she was very excited about this until she realized that she didn't use the proper checkout page from the program that was on sale, and she didn't use the coupon code. And she was like, hey, how do I get my money back? Like, how do I just, I just want my money back. I don't want to get into debt. And so we have a no refund policy here at the Hotel Florist. We trust in the power of our buyers. It's on all the sales pages. It's like, you've done your homework. You know who we are as a brand. You've listened to the podcast. You've watched me on social media. Like, you know what we can do. We know what our clients can do. We trust in your power to read and to know there are no refunds. But I totally get that things happen and there was a human experience, and that was fine. So I said, look, I would like to extend you 2 months into a group coaching program. This is, I think, so much more valuable than the $347 credit. And she's like, thank you, but no, thank you. I really need my money back. I really need to get out of debt. Now, I get it. This is old programming. This is how we were taught. We were taught, don't get into debt. If you get into debt, then you've clearly had way too many lattes and you've bought way too many magazines. I mean, especially as women, come on, this is the narrative that we can't handle our money, that we're not good with money. And I am here to say it is completely the opposite. What we need to realize is our power. And so much can change in 2 months. So much can change with group coaching support and a community, and realizing that you have a safe place to ask all those questions that you have, that you're feeling extremely vulnerable to share. Like, I don't know, I'm just a stay-at-home mom. I don't know, I'm just a small florist. Like, who am I to go into big hotels, and who am I to pitch luxury? Who are you not? Who are you not? And the thing is that when we let debt interfere with our expansion, it keeps us stuck. And what we are not changing, we are choosing. So the value that I was offering at the time, it's like $558 versus her $347, not to mention so much more than that, because we actually just got off a call today and she was like, holy smokes, I totally get it. Like, this is brilliant. I'm making my list. I'm making my phone calls. I'm making it happen. But we are so conditioned to believe that debt is a bad thing. And here's what I want to propose to you. Debt is I'm not going to say good or bad thing. I don't like the words good or bad. Debt is something that you can use in a way that really sets you up for success, or it's filling some sort of hole that you refuse to look at, that you refuse to work on. And so when I look at debt in my own life and in my own business, I have had huge periods of being debt-free, which is the end all be all goal, right? That we're taught, like, get married, have kids, buy a house, get out of debt, go to college, get a college degree, have a successful career. I'm sorry, a lot of times none of that works out, okay? So all of these things that we're being sold are not really setting us up for success. But debt is, for me, when I look at debt, is I bet on myself. I am my greatest investment. I know I am my highest return on investment, because guess who's not going to let me fail? Me. So I can't control the housing market, and I can't control the stock market, and I can't control whatever other thing you want to throw my way, inflation rates, interest rates. What I can control is how committed I am to the thing that seriously lights me on fire and gives me a passion and changes lives. So if that means that I am signing a contract for $10,000 to start a YouTube channel that I don't even know what's going to happen, that's not my business to know the how. My business is to know the what. And you know what is so incredible when we really get behind this, when we're like, okay, it doesn't have to make sense. Does this support my future? Would my future self thank me for this? Like, these are the questions you want to ask yourself. Would my future self thank me for this investment right now? And I tell you what, that $10,000 came back in month one. But it was about walking with the fear. It was about visualizing and reframing the word debt as no longer this negative thing that we've done something wrong, that we're a failure. It is literally, I am betting on myself, because I know what is it? It's like SME, not SMP, like SME, like I am my greatest investment. And sometimes it takes debt. And you know what debt is? Debt is someone looking at you and saying, you know what? I think you've got what it takes. And I'm willing to bet on you. By the way, debt is not a personal thing. It is a business thing. It is a very transactional black and white thing. It's not because you're a good or bad person that you have debt. It's none of that. It's none of what we have been taught. It is literally a financial institution going, I think you're good for the money. You seem to have some great ideas. You just need a little help getting there. So here you go. Here's a credit card. Here's a loan. And again, this whole episode is not about how can I promote you getting into debt. This is also like another thing that we need to reframe for ourselves. By the way, nobody likes to be gotten. We're not getting anywhere. We're not being gotten. It's just like debt is a facilitator. Money is a facilitator. And the thing that I love about money is it collapses time for me. So going back to my personal YouTube example, it's like, okay, if I hire this company, which by the way, I'm also supporting someone else's business. I'm supporting a minority owned business. I'm supporting someone else's family and livelihood. And guess what? They're supporting mine in return, because they're setting up a YouTube channel for me. They're editing all my YouTube videos. They're making me look good. I'm getting more leads for my business. Like, money is a cycle. It is an energy. It has constant flow. And the moment that we try to like suck it up or save it, or just say, I don't have that money right now, or I can't get into debt, or I'm already in debt, or whatever the reason is why we can't truly believe in ourselves and stand for ourselves and value our values, we blame it on debt. And the moment that we kind of have this white knuckle grip on debt, we stop the flow. We stop receiving, we stop giving. It is a cycle. And so one of the things that I really had to wrap my head around, because, you know, my background, I came from a single mother who fought her own addiction issues. I was in the foster care system at the age of 12 due to extreme neglect and abuse. I grew up through 2 different foster care homes. Both declared bankruptcy, actually. Had their own set of issues. Like, when I came out, I definitely did not have the healthiest money mindset, that's for sure. But being an entrepreneur and literally betting on yourself and saying, you know what, I have what it takes. I trust in myself. I know I'm going to show up no matter what. You have to get really clear on your beliefs. And so if you can really visualize that money is a currency, and the way that it started with me was I envisioned a river. And if I am a river and money flows to me and money flows through me and money flows to me and money flows through me, and I'm able to support causes that are important for me, I'm able to send people to college, I'm able to live a beautiful lifestyle, I'm able to bring home a paycheck to my family, and I can do that for other people too. And so when I start realizing that money is here to support me, money loves me, money comes to me, I don't worry about my debt. I don't think about my debt. Now, I'm not out there buying 20 Chanel bags a day, right? That's what I'm saying. There's a completely different way. You can get into debt if you're like, don't have a grip on other areas of your life, and money is something that fuels that insecurity or that need for validation. Or you could say, I'm building my future. I believe in myself, and someone sees it too. They're literally handing me the funds to do it, and I trust I can take care of it. So, yesterday it was a really surreal feeling for me because over the past few months, I've been making huge investments in my business, and it has been really scary at times. If you've listened on the podcast, I sit down with my own personal mentor. That was a 5-figure investment. I mean, at this point, I have spent ridiculous. I could probably buy a small house at this point of how much money I have poured into personal development and programs and courses. But I did that for me. I did that to become the best version of myself. Even if I walked away from a program or a coach and was disappointed or felt like, it could have been handled differently, it was still something I learned from my own business. We still have to take ownership of our decisions of what we decide to invest in, because every single thing that we do is with intention. It is something that we can later facilitate and take the lesson and put into our own business. But if we sit around not allowing ourselves to invest in ourselves, not believing in our dreams, not believing that it's possible, and letting debt or the fear of debt get in the way of things, we are always going to stay small. And so these past few months, it's walking, it's leading myself, it's investing, it's being smart, it's paying things off interest-free, it's getting maybe a business credit card that has an 18-month payoff. Like, everything is available to you. And yesterday I sat down and I paid off one of my biggest chunks of my cards, and it was like, hallelujah. And did I care at that moment if I had paid a few $100s in interest? Absolutely not. Like, it has built my business. It has built my team. It has provided a lifestyle that is, like, in some ways passive. It has supported other investments. Like, we have to see a bigger picture than just like, I'm a good little girl and I don't want to get into debt, because it is interfering with where we want to go in this lifespan. Now, anytime I look back in the past 10 years of how I've built my business, and everyone has a different motto here and everyone has a different experience. But what I can tell you is, when I look back, I have used either personal savings. So, I didn't get in debt until I realized that wasn't really advantageous for building up my business credit. Like, my business credit now is insane. Like, I have unlimited credit on my credit cards, which, again, I'm not going out and like buying random Chanel bags all the time. Like, I'm very specific. I'm like, I want a trademark. Guess what? I need to hire a trademark lawyer. Could I file the trademark myself? Sure. But what is the likelihood of that actually getting approved, that it actually going through the first time? And so when we try to do more and more things ourselves, we're actually delaying. I feel like we're delaying our progress because fear of spending money. So the one thing I wanted to really talk about and showcase today and remind you that the fear you have around debt is the thing that's keeping you stuck. And if you can somehow reframe that to be, I receive money in all ways, always. Like, that is my mantra. I literally probably sing that to myself like 100 times a day. I receive money always and always. And you know what? It shows up in the craziest way. The universe is always like, oh, you receive money in always and always. Here you go. Here's a free garage, like $350 I don't pay for. Or, here is the most incredible book editor who, really should charge this, but she charges that. Like, the universe is always sending you resources if you believe it. But if you're the energetic match for, oh my God, I'm so in debt. Oh my God, I have so much debt. Like, guess what you're going to have? You're going to have a lot of fucking debt. I mean, there's probably some of you right now listening like, Francesca's very unhinged. I'm feeling very activated. I'm getting really pissed off by this conversation, but I want to start having more real life conversations like this, because I'm seeing it keep so many people stuck. And when I look at the people in my world, and ironically, the only ones that I've worked with one-on-one at this point have been women. So I'm just going to say women one-on-one. But when I look at them and the amount of courage and bravery it takes to put down money and say, I got me no matter what, and this is going to work, and I trust in my desires, and I know I'm going to be wildly supported, and I'm here to do the work. they collapse time at hyper speed. I was just talking to one of my one-on-one clients today, and I'm like, can you imagine we stood in Africa like 8 months ago and you had a full-time 6-figure job and you were like, Francesca, I'm going to do this. I'm going to have a floral design business. I'm going to become a hotel florist. And I was like, let's go. And you got back from Africa, you invested on one-on-one coaching, you bought Petals to Profit, you were already inside Hotel Florist Profit Method. You literally bought every single thing that I offered. And here we are 8 months later, and you are a hotel florist, and you have replaced your 5-figure monthly income with your business. Do you think she cares about the initial like $6,000-$7,000 startup it took? And you don't have to do it this way. I'm just trying to show you, like, if you need proof, there is proof. No, she doesn't care, because now she's making that per month, if not more. And she has the exact same thing she was desiring. Do you think if she was in her same corporate job today that she would be like, oh man, I'm so happy I have this and I didn't go after my dreams, but like, you know, look at me, I don't have any debt. And I don't even know what her situation is, but I'm just trying to give you an example here. So your fear of debt is holding you back. You need to trust your desires. You need to trust that the things that you're seeing, the things that you're drawn to, the containers you want to jump in, the investments you need to make in yourself, that you want to make in yourself, are given to you for a reason. And when you keep telling yourself like, oh, but I just don't have the money. I just don't have the money. And again, I am not downplaying that. However, again, another client has just come to mind. She used to be homeless. She's a single mother. She's a single mother. She used to be homeless. She was my first lifetime member in the Hotel Florist Profit Method. She's like, $4,400, please take my money, or $4,490. And she is supporting herself. She has gone part-time in her job. Like, she didn't use this, I don't have money, as an excuse, because honestly, if you can, and I don't care if it was with me or Sally Sue or a book, or whatever you feel called to, I just want to remind you, it's even more of a reason to invest, because you clearly are not getting the results at status quo. It clearly, whatever you're doing right now, is not working to get you to where it is that you want to go. And sometimes we got to put a little skin in the game. And you know what I'm talking about. Subconsciously, when we invest small, when we grab freebies, when we do master classes, when we're like, oh, that's on sale, let me grab it. And then we never even fucking open the email. We don't even ever watch the program. You don't get change through osmosis. Okay. You just don't. I really wish you did, but you don't. So if you're not getting the results you want, what you're not changing, you're choosing. Again, feisty Francie is here, but like, that is the reality. And so I'm just want to bring that to your attention, that there's one thing to just really not have the money. And that's like, again, I have clients who are like, I don't have the money right now, but I'm binging everything in the podcast. I watched the free masterclass. I'm doing all the steps, and I have set it up that way. The way that I set up all my programs is that there is a strategy. If you follow it, even for free, you will make money. Because my goal is, for you to make consistent income so you can stop depending on these unstable weddings and events. I'm not like a wedding event hater by any means. I just see that there's a much better way to do things in this world. And so if you're not a diehard wedding florist, I'm like, please come over here. Let me show you a different way. I want to make this really clear to you, because it is available to you. And even if like you just did all of the free stuff, you would still make money, because then I would like to work with you even more in depth. So I've had clients come in, they're like, in 6 months, they're in the Hotel Florist Profit Method. They're in coaching. Like, they're like, okay, I'm here. I just needed a moment to save up the money and gather myself. And now I'm investing, I'm going all in. And the clients, when they do that, the craziest things happen. I had one client who, a year prior, they're like, I could not even sell 10 $75 arrangements to save my life. I was so discouraged. And somehow this year I booked a $15,000 holiday install. Do you think that they care about the $239 going on their bank account? Maybe, but probably not. I mean, so we have to stop letting money and debt and the fear of the what ifs and, oh my gosh, like, what are you actually worried about? So here's what I want you to think of. Like, what are you worried about? Who modeled this for you? Where did this belief come from? And can you go ahead and release it? Because it is not serving you. So the last thing that I want to talk about is how to use company credit and why you need to build it. So if you've started a business, most likely you have a business checking account. That is fantastic. And it's time to get a business credit card. Business credit cards are amazing because they do not affect your personal credit. And there are a lot of options, especially if you're a new business, to get 12 months, 18 months interest-free. And so you can start investing, you can start building, because think about it. Like, do you want to be in the exact same spot you're in 12 months from now? I don't. Like, I planned this to be my first 7-figure year, so absolutely not. Like, do you want to be in the same place in 18 months? Probably not. So do you think that the investments you make in yourself today are going to get you to that next level, that are going to facilitate that probably even faster? Because going back to my YouTube example, I could totally put videos on YouTube. I can edit videos. I can do all that. I have an assistant. She could put them up, sure. But do I know all the SEOs? Do I know the taglines? Do I know the phrases? Do I want to do that research? Do I have time to edit them? No. If I handled my own YouTube channel, it would not be done. Okay. And right now it is a big lead generator for us. If you don't know anything about YouTube, like, go and check it out. It is amazing. It's constantly getting better. You can totally look back on the old videos we did and be like, oh, girl, yeah, it's a good thing you invested in that. So I want you to also see that there can be progress and there can be an evolution, and like, give yourself some grace. Like, showing up is better than just like not showing up at all. So get your business credit card, start investing in yourself, come up with a plan of how you're going to pay your things off, but also trust in your timing. So just because you don't have that money like today, but you know that investment is going to help you get that money tomorrow or in a month from now, why wouldn't you take it? And it's all about our money mindset beliefs. And if you're still feeling like a little crunchy around this and you're like, I know, but I don't really know what to do with it, I have a whole money mindset program. It's called 5K in 5 days. It is amazing. It's super efficient. It has had insane transformations where literally money is jumping into your bank account. You don't even really know how it's got there, but I talk all about how to know the what, not the how, and why money is so important, but your relationship with money is so important, because we are that energetic match. And I talk a lot about how many of us lock money up in the basement, like as if it was like our boyfriend. We somehow totally want money to love us and need us. But then we end up like, he comes over and we're like, okay, quick, I don't want you to ever leave again. Okay. Because I can't be without you. So go downstairs, go in the basement. I'm going to lock you up and I'm going to save you. I'm going to save you for like, I don't know, maybe like 30 years. And then I'll come and get you. And then we can go do life together. It'll be so magical. And in the meantime, I really hope this isn't the last time I see you, because I really need you. I don't know. You're just never here. You know, this is a very weird way to have money, guys. If you think about your money relationship, I want you, just for shits and giggles, this also helps me with my own money mindset. I want you to imagine money like your boyfriend, and how you treat money. Would it be creepy if you treated your boyfriend like that? Okay. Those kind of things, feelings, thoughts, energies, just think about it. And if you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm kind of intrigued, go check out 5K in 5 days. So I hope you loved this episode all about why your fear of debt is holding you back. As always, if you're feeling amped up, empowered, you're like, oh my God, yes, queen, give me more. Please share. Please let me know. Please comment. Like, honestly, we see every single thing. It makes a big deal it's a big deal to us. And I will see you again on the internet very, very soon. As always, keep blooming.